Hey, what's up, everybody? Rev Sauce 9. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to the channel. So, fallout from Halloween Havoc on NXT tonight for 10/29/2024. Honestly, NXT, what do I think of this show tonight? Honestly, with you folks out there, they're going to watch this video. I'm just going to tell you guys this was a B- show. I thought the women's segment, Rhea Ripley getting beat up, I thought there was a Bully Ray, I call him Bully Ray because I'm so used to calling him Bully Ray, Bubba Ray Dudley. I thought those segments were a little hokey pokey. I thought, look, he was going to be at the 2100 arena. Rob Van Dam's going to be there doing a match. They're stacking the card for it for next week. Against, I believe it's going to be AEW, I think it is, or they're stacking the card to go against AEW for the week of dominance. Honestly, to be real with you, I think it's stupid when companies compete against each other. I think it's really stupid that they have to make people decide what to watch. I think that's kind of dumb to me. I think all wrestling fans like what they like, and, or they like both and they'll tune into one and then the other. But I just think it's so stupid. So, anyway, let's get into this. Zaria showed up. Zaria, man, looks like $1 million. She looks like a better Rhea Ripley to me. Like, just bigger. She looks more stockier, more bigger. I like her look. I like her gimmick. I like the music. I like the superhero Gronk smash, smash, smash. I like that. So, things like that. So I really appreciate what's going on NXT, lately in the last few weeks. Not everybody in my audience does. And I have a little bit, but not everybody in my audience. A lot of people think it's repetitive. A lot of people think it's regurgitated. Some people think it's stale, just like Mondays and Fridays. Now, I agree with Mondays and Fridays, but NXT goes in waves like AEW, to where 1 minute it's really good, next minute, okay, why are we rushing and regurgitating things? But tonight, Jordan Grace showing up. They're gonna have a 8-woman hardcore kind of a match or tag match or whatever for next week, which is fine by me. Jordan Grace got the biggest pop. Jordan Grace looks like she's going to possibly be signing with WWE next year at some point. It looks like I don't think she's going to be going AEW. Maybe AEW is in the running. I don't know. We'll see what she thinks next year. Tatum Paxley again defeating Wendy Chu in a casket match. I'm cool with this. Wendy Chu got put into a casket. Wendy Chu's good shit. It's just, unfortunately, Wendy Chu is in that purgatory with Rosemary. I don't think they value Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu's a very good in-ring performer, but tonight was Tatum Paxley's night. Tatum Paxley, they've been building for a while with Valkyria. Tatum Paxley should have went to the main roster with Valkyria. I don't understand that. William Regal was talking to Alexis King, with a crazy bump. Again, later in the dollhouse, after the dollhouse was Chindy, Chu choose to put Paxley in the casket, but Chu Pellos is in the way. Casket door closed. Chu brashes Paxley with the Pellos. Chu reveals the Pellos with a load of pile of Legos. Paxley takes a full Nelson slam into the pile of Legos. From there, the show split the screen with William Regal talking in the locker room. So this was pretty much how the night started. Again, you had a Trick Williams thing with Bully Ray or Bubba Ray Dudley, and that was okay. It's a little hokey pokey to me. I know they're featuring Busted Open Radio because AEW was featured. It just seems to me like it's a little petty to me and a little hokey pokey. You know what I mean? They did the same thing with Sam Roberts. These are things with NXT that I go, this is just a little hokey pokey to me. This was hokey pokey. Bubba Ray Dudley being back in WWE is a little hokey pokey to me. I wish he would just turn into Bully Ray. Bully Ray is better than Bubba Ray Dudley to me. I get the nostalgia. I get the understanding, like Rob Van Dam, RVD. I get this. I get what they're trying to do. They're going to be in the ECW arena. I get it. I understand it 100%. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to tell you guys straight up, I'm just not feeling it. It's not for me. Like, look, ECW had its time in the sun. It had its time. Every time they do something like this now, it's just for nostalgia pop. It's okay. It's just gimmicky to me at this point. RVD, again, is going to be featured at the ECW arena. He's going to be facing someone. There was highlights from Halloween Havoc, all this stuff, the Dawn, all that from what happened at Halloween Havoc. And we got Trick Williams in the ring. And then after a commercial break, title gets Ethan Page back and forth. And then Bubba Ray Dudley joins him in the ring, says, I don't know if I could do this. I'm not an in-ring performer. Later in the night, Rich Holland comes out, basically something to do with Busted Open Radio. Basically pissed off Bubba Ray Dudley. Bubba Ray Dudley says, I will not stand for this, and then they got into the ring and Ethan Page. So it'll be a tag match to protect Bully Ray. I don't understand this, Bubba Ray. I don't get it, but at the end of the day, it's not for me to get it. Like I said, WWE fans are going to think this is cinema. You're going to have people like JD from New York justifying this, and you're going to have people justifying this. This is your WWE, right? But when Tony Khan does the same shit, the hokey pokey shit, that's not okay. But when I'm going to start calling this out. A lot of WWE fans do this. When AEW does the exact same thing, it's terrible. But when WWE does it, it's okay because this is Triple H and Shawn Michaels here we're talking about, right? This is one thing about I don't like about fans. They give a slap on the wrist to WWE, but when AEW does something similar and tries to honor ECW or something like that, they're wrong for doing it. See, you can't have it both ways, man. You got to have it both ways. You can't crucify one company and then not crucify the other. You know what I mean? For doing it. Heritage Cup, this was kind of dumb. I mean, with the brass knucks at the end, I thought this was a little hokey pokey. It made Alexis King, formerly known as Brian Pillman Jr., look very weak. I didn't get that. I thought maybe William Regal would turn on him and hit him with the knucks and then throw him back into the ring. You know, I get they were trying to do something like what AEW did a year ago with the BBC, Blackpool Combat Club. It doesn't work in WWE. They tried it. They're copying what AEW did a year ago, and it didn't work then, and it didn't work now. Or somewhat it worked in AEW, but it doesn't work in WWE. The brass knuckles look like fake. It looked hokey pokey. And yes, Charlie Dempsey should not be losing the Heritage Cup, but at the same freaking time, you had his dad on the other side. They should have done something with that. You know what I mean? That's his son, Charlie Dempsey. They should have done something here. Basically, they played off the knee. It was a little stupid to me. It is what it is at the end of the day. I could care less. But you're going to have those casual people that are going to say, this is great. The brass knuckles didn't look good. William Regal being at all near a ring should have done something. It was like dirt. It was pretty bad to me. So that's just me. Zaria defeats Brindley Reese. It was pretty much like a jobbing match. Again, I'm going to complain about this because, again, performance-enhancing talent shit in NXT. Why? Brantley Reese is good shit. Was on Level Up and everything, but you have her lose like a jobber, which is not good. You do this sometimes with Javon Evans. Now you're pushing Javon Evans. I don't like when AEW does it, and I do not like when NXT does this, and then they try to play off that she popped her wrist back into place or her shoulder back into place. It came off fake. It didn't come off good. Brantley Reese was been on TNA. She's been on in many other places. We make her look weak. We make her look like a jobber. Not good. Not good, NXT. Again, Zaria should have went against home talent. If you're going to throw something at, save the NXT talent for other matches. Don't do it here. You did it here. I didn't like it. I shit all over it. I didn't like it on TV. I didn't like it here. Then we get the women facing off, all the baddies versus the goodies, and back and forth. And then we had Rhea Ripley, and it looked like Raquel Rodriguez, Dominic, and something else beat her up with a baseball bat. They showed her off bleeding. Then we got Nikki Lyons defeating Kana Jordan, and it's this shit that NXT's women division goes way off in right field doing the right things, and then they go off and they do these hokey pokey stupid things. You know what I mean? And I don't like it when AEW does it, and I definitely don't like it when NXT does it. And I shit all over this. Nikki Lyons, I get it. They got to build her up again. I get it. But Kiani Jordan, I get it. We've talked about it on my stream about her being too green for the ring. But having her lose like this is not it, Chief. This is not how you do it. And then after the fact, you had the baddies versus the goodies, and it was just, it's frustrating to get behind Shawn Michaels booking. Shawn Michaels, why are you so hokey pokey? 1 minute you're booking your show starting off hot. Then you start off like, what the fuck are you doing? And then you it's like up, down, up, down, up, down in waves. Why? If you guys this is why they're losing demographic of people. This is why viewerships are starting to go down a bit. It's the same with AEW. AEW has these moments where they're up in waves, down in waves, up in waves, down in waves, up in waves, down in waves. It's like, what are we doing? Holland comes out basically calling out, Bully Ray busted open, saying how he's going to be the next champion, all this. And then we have the segment, and it's like, who cares? Rich Holland, who cares? We're finally building him up, but they gave him a hokey pokey segment. Why does Bully, why are we put Rich Holland in to defeat Chase U, right? We destroy Chase U. Then you put him in these little storylines to go against what? Trick Williams in a tag match. It should be Trick Williams versus him for the title, not tag team match. Nathan Frazier and Axiom defeats Cedric Alexander and Javon Evans to retain the title. Something at the end with Javon Evans. He tried to go for the RKO. And in the case of the Dragon, Axiom covers for Alexander for a pitfall. Wesley enters the stage, tries to, with a full folding chair on Javon Evans. They go back and forth. Javon Evans goes and escapes, screws him over for the tag belts. And I guess this is going to be Wesley's next opponent. Who cares? Who cares? Because you're going to have Carter coming back in between all this, again, to have that rubber third match. So again, Alexander and Evans got screwed over for what? This is the things I'm talking about. You build Alexander and Javon Evans, especially Javon Evans with Randy Orton. You give him all this hype, and then you do this to him. I guess they're going to throw him more opponents like Wesley to build this kid up, but you should have just gave him the belts. Axiom and Frazier should be up on the main roster. They need tag team to go against Motor City Machine Guns. This is not it for me, Chief. Again, like I said, this show is a C. I said it's like a B minus C show. I would honestly tell you 7.0 all around. It had its ups. It had its downs. It was okay. It's not the best thing I've seen on earth. Again, Zaria being there. The women's stuff is heating up great. But then you go one way forward, then you go one way back. Which one is it? One way forward, one way back. What are we doing? It's like a bad soap opera sometimes with NXT. The same with AEW. Look, I've said the same thing about WWE, and I've said the same thing about NXT. WWE and AEW, and I've said the same thing about TNA this week and last week. You got to be booking consistent. You can't rush, and you can't have 1 minute where you're building it up strong, and then it just tails off and just goes like a blank. It's just, to me, I didn't like it with Raw last night. I did not like it with this tonight. I'm not shitting on the show. I'm just saying I love NXT. Do better. Shawn Michaels, do better. You have pretty much an all-star lineup of women. Do something with it. You can have NXT Black and Gold all over again. With Zaria, with Julia with Stephanie Vaquer. But my thing is, when you do the whole, and then you're throwing Devontae Jordan into it. Why? Jordan is not at all even in this, shouldn't even be in this. I get they don't have anybody else right now. You could have threw Suruka in there. You could have thrown anybody else that was higher end talent. You got higher end talent to throw up there. I just don't understand why you don't. The Connie Jordan in it. She's kind of in that Javon Evans kind of scene where you want to put stock value into it and you really can't. So anyway, my personal opinion is my personal opinion on NXT. Alexis King, what are we doing with him? He was no better than he was in AEW than he is here. I feel NXT has let him down. His character is shit. Get him off my television. Alexis King is god-awfully terrible. It is not good. The fake goatees and shit, I'm over it. The sprayed on tans, the whatever with him. Get him back to where he was. Brian Pillman Jr. I love Brian Pillman Jr. for many reasons. For the wrestling ability, he was putting on great matches. He doesn't need to do all this hokey pokey shit. I'm over it. Stop with the crowns. Stop with the bullshit. The fast cars. I don't care. Build this man as a wrestler. Stop the hokey pokey shit. It's ruining it for me. And William Regal should have done something tonight. Like hit him with brass knuckles, done something. And I'm assuming Rob Van Dam is going to go against this guy. Honestly, I'm just assuming that's what they're going to do with this. Anyway, my name is RevSauce9. The things that I just didn't like. And Booker T, too much of an ass kisser. Bro, I'm tired of it on the mic with Booker T. Every week. My former tag team member. And then getting things wrong on the mic. Quoting things wrong. Is he having a dementia or is he just stupid? Which one is it? We need to call out these wrestling shows for what they are. Tatum Paxley, Wendy Choo, fun match. The casket match, fun. I will tell you, everything to do with it, I love this whole rivalry between them. Tatum Paxley is fun, but Tatum Paxley should be on the main roster. See, if you wanted to go there, you could have had her as Sister Abigail. She's wild enough. I think she's a step above Nikki Cross, in my opinion. Wendy Choo should be up on the main roster. She's good at for what she does, but they have these people sitting in purgatory. What are we doing? You know what I mean? Some things about NXT, I turn around and go, okay, great. Some things about Ava Raine. That's another one. Why we have her as general manager? I thought she was training to be back in the ring and fighting. You need to have her part of this all-star women's lineup. Eventually, you got to put her there. You know, again, have her lose her spot and have her be a match against Soruka or something. Rock's daughter should be fighting in this super. This is going to probably be the second age or the second coming of Black and Gold women's division. I'm going to call it that. Or the second coming of the women's revolution for WWE. And I would like to see Ava Raine there. I'd like to see Rock's daughter there. You know, instead of being general manager and sitting on the fucking sidelines, put her out there and let her see what she could do. You know, she wasn't that terribly bad when she was fighting in the ring before. Anyway, my name's RevSauce9. I have a mouth. I have an opinion. I keep it raw. I keep it uncut, and I'm biased. And by the way, yes, some of these top-tier YouTube channels have blocked me for having a mouth, for having an opinion, because I call them out for the bullshit. When AEW does it, it's terrible. Well, when WWE does it, it's okay because it's Triple H, it's Shawn Michaels. We live in 1997 all over again, right? Anyway, my name's Rev Sauce. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.